You know how some phones arrive months after the launch? Well, not this one. So today is Tuesday, August 18th, and we're actually still a few days away from the official launch day, which is this Friday, August 21st. But the phone is already here, and I ordered mine from AT&T. So kind of surprising. AT&T is usually want to deliver exactly on the launch day on Friday. Samsung is known for delivering a couple of days early, but now, to my total surprise, this phone showed up here today, about 3 days early. That's unusual, but not gonna complain. So let's go ahead and see what's inside. Now this is actually an AT&T variant, like I mentioned, since I ordered from AT&T, and we usually get an unlocked phone, but this time AT&T had some really crazy deals with a trade-in, so it was kind of hard to pass off, and I had to go with that. Typical unboxing experience. This year, however, there's actually even less to unbox. So, as always, there's not much in here. There's just some quick start guide. There's AT&T specific one, terms and conditions, and another AT&T specific piece of paper there. Put them here. SIM removal tool. Leave it there. Nothing else on this side. So here's where things get interesting. Put the phone right here. Let's see the rest of the contents of the box. Of course, a charger. AT&T included the SIM card. Okay. Totally empty. And here, we just have a USB cable. Yeah, so this is something that's a little bit different. There are no headphones in the box. There's also no S-Pen tips in this box. Just a charger and a phone. That's all we get this time around. So with the headphones, I know you can reach out to Samsung and they'll send you a copy. That's not a problem. S-Pen tips, be nice to have, but if you actually need them, they're real cheap. So I guess that's the reason behind them. They're just not including those additional accessories. But here is the phone. And this is a little bit different one because everyone is looking at Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. That's what all the reviewers are getting. That's what everyone says is the one to get, because the regular Note 20 is kind of considered to be a little bit overpriced for what it is. Now, for a full disclosure, I'm actually not getting this phone for myself. This is a gift for my mother, who's been using an iPhone for a few years, and I finally convinced her to try Samsung if I get her this new phone. And again, with the kind of deal that AT&T was offering, we can actually get this phone for pretty much free. Just had to pay sales taxes. It's on their website. I'm not advertising, I'm just saying cool deal, which will kind of play into the pricing discussion in a little bit too. So I wanted to do an unboxing to show the actual color of it, because Samsung sends everybody the bronze, the Mystic Bronze color, and it is beautiful, but there are not too many videos showcasing the green, and I think green is very unique. All right, looking at it for the first time myself. This is pretty nice. Now, of course, one of the big controversies about this particular model, the regular base Note 20, is the fact that the back is actually not glass, is plastic. Plastic, polycarbonate, whatever you call it, but it's plastic. So, holding in the hand, yeah, the feel is just a little bit different, but honestly, honestly, it feels fine. Like, I can't really, I don't feel like I'm holding a cheap phone. It feels totally premium. I think more important part is what the camera module look like, and it looks beautiful. It's kind of greenish, but it's very reflective. See, you can see me there. It's basically a mirror. That's kind of cool. In fact, you know what? I don't know if they intended it or not, but if you if you want to use your main camera and maybe get it in the frame yourself and use your S Pen to snap a picture, you might be able to use this to see yourself to make sure you're smiling right or looking where you're supposed to be looking. So yeah, this is very interesting. It's like dark green, hard to explain the actual shade of it, but it's a dark green, very shiny mirror-like finish. Very nice. Now this, of course, is matte. So one of the things with the Galaxy S20, oh, I'm sorry, Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is the fact that only the Mystic Bronze variant comes with the matte finish back. The Mystic White and Mystic Black both come with the glossy back. Still look absolutely beautiful, but a lot of people want that matte finish. So something to keep in mind, the baseline Note 20 has it. It's matte and definitely much more fingerprint resistant. And I'm just still have to repeat. It feels fine. It feels nice. Now, unmistakably, you'll be able to tell that this is not glass. I think most people will, but at the same time, I think most people just won't care unless you tell them specifically or ask them if they think it's glass or not. They probably won't even think about it. They'll just get a nice phone and they'll just use a nice phone. And of course, most of us will put a case on it anyway. So that was one part of the controversy. Now, looking at the rest of the phone, the aluminum frame around is also kind of tinted in green. So really cool effect. And it's kind of brushed. Oh, and there's a little piece of plastic there. If I remove it, it'll be easier to see. Here we go. So it does feel plenty premium, and it looks nice. I'm trying to get this in focus here for you. Well, that should give you an idea. So nice brushed aluminum, and it's also tinted in green. It's not green. Um, it looks almost like a bronze with a greenish tint to it. All right, and now we have the S Pen, and of course it's also a matching green color. So very nice color combination. Another thing, I wasn't sure how the S Pen being on the left side will feel. So I know I'm used to it being on the right side because that's how my phones have been for years. That's how all the notes were. Now, however, it's moved to the left side. And the theory here that a friend, a Samsung ambassador, told me that maybe because the camera takes up more space now. Maybe not this camera specifically, but in the Note 20 Ultra for sure. It's a huge camera. And I agree, maybe there's just not enough room for the S Pen on the same side. So what they did, they moved it to another side. And maybe they did the same with the regular Note 20 to kind of match that. The camera area is a fingerprint magnet. For sure. Right, so you take the S Pen out and work as intended. Yeah, well, it feels fine. It might be awkward for a day or two for someone who's been using a Note device for a while, just getting used to it being being on the other side. And once you get used to it, you should be just fine. So something else that some people asked about wasn't entirely clear is there a screen protector? It's really hard to see. There is a screen protector on there, but it's not the same one that they used to uh, include with something like Galaxy S20. This one leaves you with a huge gap at the top. There's like a pull tab here on the side. There's also a gap on this side, and it's like not even evenly applied. So if before people looked at the screen protectors as something that they would just use it with, now honestly it looks like it's just meant to come off pretty much right away, or maybe in the first day or two, because it's not even covering the whole screen, and it's not even applied entirely straight here. Plus the giant cutout for the fingerprint sensor is just ugly. So in conclusion, let's just take one final look at this green color. I think green is really nice, something unique. In person, from this specific model, gray looked probably a little bit more expensive. Bronze looked very similar to this green. I'd say they're about the same. The gray model, to my eye anyway, it looked a little bit more upscale. And if I looked at it, I would probably say, yeah, it's $1,000 phone. Now, is this $1,000 phone? Well, this is kind of when the controversy is. A lot of people say that it's really, really overpriced for what you get, because the specs are lower. There is no micro SD card. There's of course plastic back, and anything comes with that. So it's just a lesser note for that $1,000 premium flagship price. And normally I would totally agree. I think the only reason why I'm actually okay with it is because of the kinds of deals you can get on Samsung phones. It's not something you get with competition. I'm not gonna call any names, but that competition right there. So this phone here was pretty much free with a trade-in. And the trade-in, again, I'm not gonna, it's not an ad for AT&T, but if you go to their website and check it out, it's crazy what kind of trade-ins that would take to give you $1,000 off on the phone. It's in the form of a bill credits, stretched out over 30 months. There's always a catch, but you can do that. Now, Samsung themselves, they have some pretty crazy deals. They have enhanced trade-in value right now. They also give you free accessory credit, which I believe comes with a phone you buy from your carrier as well. You just have to register it in the Shop Samsung app, and then you can redeem that offer. So the phone is $1,000, but are we actually paying $1,000? I mean, who's gonna pay $1,000 for this phone? I don't know. If you have a trade-in, fairly decent phone you want to trade in, and you still want a Note, maybe a little bit spec down, but still with some flagship specs like Snapdragon 865 plus processor. So you get a very powerful device, 5G, beautiful screen. It's not, it's just full HD. It's not the Quad HD plus, but it's still beautiful display, and awesome cameras. So if you want a phone like this and you have a trade-in you can give up for some discount, you're not gonna pay $1,000 for it. Samsung gives up to $650. Many phones are $550, $600. So you can trade in an iPhone, get rid of that, and get this phone for less than half of its original cost. However, if you just have a pile of money and you want a flagship Samsung device, I don't know if I can honestly recommend Galaxy Note 20. If you can afford Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, you're gonna get true flagship specs all the way. So everything's gonna be top notch. If you want a Note experience but save just a little bit of money, you still you don't want to pay $1,300. Well, then look at the Note 10 or Note 10 Plus. There are great deals on those. You'll save hundreds of dollars, and honestly, the experience is not that much different. So worth consideration. Or the S20 line. There's some awesome deals on those as well. So there are many different options. My point being is let's stop complaining about the high price of this phone. Most of us will never pay that high price. And those of us that are willing to pay that price, well, maybe we should just add just a little bit more and get the Ultra. And honestly, that's probably what Samsung is hoping for anyway.